right? It's a Wind Ranger coming through
Oh, again?
I mean, I guess the Maelstrom procs are going to be pretty effective, but maybe he just felt like he needed to get a little bit of a better lane out against the Primal Beast. You don't want to give him, free chances to be able to charge you down. Not sure, but I don't know. Who are you favoring for this one, Epi?
Oh, I think I'm gonna go with Nigma Galaxy again. You know, I just feel like if the game does go on and they have themselves a hard time, I think they're quite a little bit different. They will get themselves their Beastmaster here on Nigma Galaxy, but who will come out on top? Will they be able to get a 2-0 here onto Nigma Galaxy, or will KZ be able to equalize this and draw out another game and possibly go to a game 3? We will find out. I'm thinking that Enigma Galaxy's draft is a little bit, well, I'd say much stronger than
On the back of Skylark.
Yeah, I see what you mean. And that's the scary thing. That's what we said. LC, if it has itself a hard time, then it's really, really hard to try and come back and have that impact as a good Legion commander. I feel like it's kind of a gamble on this hero. Because if you have yourself a hard time, then you're going to have a hard time the rest of the game. If you have yourself a good time, you have that potential chance of throwing your good opportunity that you had and then going back into the bottomless pit of not having a good game as the LC.
I think it should have a good game, though, is the thing, right? Like, yes, you're going up against an Enchantress who, obviously, one of the best supports are just being able to secure the lane. So tanky, great attack range, great movement speed, great harassment tools, right? But Legion Commander and Mirana, they're no slouches either, and I really feel like I'm going to be looking at KZ team. If this bottom lane doesn't go well for them, I think their chances of winning just drop significantly, and they're not amazing to begin with.
Yeah, I'm looking back at the draft again for KZ. I think they have a little bit of synergy with the Sacred Arrow. So they have the Shackle Shot from Wish, which then they can set up with a Sacred Arrow. And speaking about the Legion Commander lane that you said as well, looking back on it right now, they have LC with, Mirana, and then it's against Meepo and Disruptor. I think these Overwhelming Gods are going to be very strong. I think many of you, including yourself, Danog, have you ever met like hands-to-hands with Legion Commander with the Overwhelming Gods on the safe lane, and it's just dealing like so much to your carry? It's absolutely nuts how much damage it does.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the other advantages is that LC is just incredibly quick, right? Like, as base, like 330 movement speed, I think. So you really don't have too many avenues to be able to escape from that. And Overwhelming Odds just increases it even further. So it's like, well, what are you supposed to do against all of this? How are you supposed to run away from this lane dominator? They've actually had to switch up the lane because of it as well. And honestly, I quite like it. I feel like it was almost unplayable if you were looking to lane it standardly for Nigma Galaxy. So nicely done that they've chosen to switch this one up a little bit.
Yeah, very interesting indeed, that lane swap. You don't usually see it quite a lot of the time. Not as you used to see it quite a bit. I feel like sometimes swapping the lanes, even if you do have an impact, can sometimes affect like the mentality of a player. Do you know what I mean? I can't describe it, but because you're on like a different lane.
I get exactly what you're saying. There's lots of the little things that just don't work out quite as well for you, basically. But I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? We see the Beastmaster is actually gone for the Wild Axes build. Most of the Beastmasters, again, are going for the Call the Wild Hawk. Maybe just to, try it out a little bit, but also just for the aspect of you don't want to be up in melee range against this Legion Commander. You want to be getting things out from afar. Is GH okay? That zombie gets the last hit.
Look at that then, Spartan getting first blood, and with this lane swap, Yuma not having the best time, but it is only early times right now, with, of course, Undying having this big spike when the game just begins there with his decay. It should start to change up eventually as levels progress, but still, good pressure there from KZ.
It doesn't exactly get easier for Meepo in particular, though, right? Like, you're up against an Undying now in this lane, and even when you start to get more Meepos, you really don't want to play in that lane.
Yeah. It's going to be even stronger. See how Yuma does that. What's the lane of interest for you? Would you still say this top lane here, or are you going to say something different, like the bottom lane? We actually haven't had a look at the bottom. Oh, glimpse. onto Undyne. GH taking some damage there from Nande. We'll be able to get a mango. The blood grenade being committed. Spartan. Oh, nice slow there from Nande, but I think Spartan will still fall. Will do indeed from the Thunderstrike. But Nande taking quite a bit of damage. Has to back off there with the Blink Strike.
I mean, obviously you never want to be giving up first blood if you can avoid to do it, but I think what GH has done really well in that offlane is he's forced Spartan to expend so many resources, right? Like you can see, obviously, Undying 0-0 at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm sure his net worth is incredibly minimal as well, just because you have to spend so much on mangoes and blood grenades. And if you're not getting these kills, like it's obviously great that they got the first blood, but if you're not getting a lot of these kills, then you can find yourself falling behind and very ineffective in the lanes just if you don't have that mana regen to be able to play around with.
Yeah. And GH getting taken out there, though, this time by Nande. There's some Skylark taking quite a lot of damage here on the bottom as well. There's quite a lot of action going on here on the side lane. Skylark really needs some heals right now. And Mind Control, he does have himself that healing salve there. He will be able to heal up.
It's one of the other benefits, of course, of not playing that true melee hero, right? You're not going to get the value coming out from the counterattack on the Legion Commander with a lifesteal component as well. So he's going to find it a whole lot more difficult to be sustaining in that lane.
Yeah. As Power Rune's going to be spawning soon. Maybe perhaps we'll look to see a rotation here from either side, whether that be GH or Desire. Will move to help secure this Power Rune. But there's quite a lot of action happening on the side lane, so I'm not sure whether it'll happen or not. Look at this, going forward there onto Yuma. Look at Nande. Be more than aggressive than ever. That decay will not land. Yuma will just be able to escape the grasp of the AoE there. He will survive.
So close.
Radiant's courier has been
Able to follow him up, but he's reached up onto his clone, so he'll be able to just go back. Oh, he might need to get back pretty quickly, though.
Yuma coming in,
Gone
though.
too deep on Spartan.
They will find the kill, though, in a rotation here from Mikey as well. They find the kill onto Spartan. Nande will be able to get himself back with thanks to blinking upon the creep wave. And Desire is going to fall from the hands of KuroKy here. The Skylark still pretty healthy. They will lose themselves 2 heroes here on both the top and the bottom lane on KZ.
Man, this would be so annoying to have to play against. Like, they're just not getting into your freaking melee range, and that's exactly what you're wanting to play around with as this Legion Commander. They're staying far away with the Hawk, with the axes, of course, Enchantress creeps as well. I think we saw one, I call it the potato, the normal Hellbear, but it ended up getting arrowed, and now he's playing with a range creep most of the time on KuroKy.
Yeah, and Desire coming in here along with KuroKy as well to actually try and get the Power Rune, but it will actually go to Mikey here. It will spawn on top instead.
Lots of little things working out for Nigma Galaxy right now. As Wish even expending a TP there to try and get a pick off, but that leaves the mid lane a little bit exposed. Means that, once again, Mikey's just able to trample the wave out, forces a bit more of a defensive move, and might even open up a bit of a move to be able to make a play onto that mid lane. You can see that GH is standing there along with Mikey, and he's got the Pulverize at the ready.
Mind Control, though, getting that Vanguard now, so going to be quite a lot tankier here on the lane. The Smoke of Deceit will come out with level 6 ready. Look at this aggression showed here from the Galaxy. Skylark
into the Wind Ranger.
They're underneath the tier 2 tower. There's ult. Meanwhile, I hear a Pulverize. Finding Wish here. Wish is going to be glimpsed back and possibly found here. That was a bit of a misplay here coming from Nigma Galaxy, as the charge was used there by Primal Beast, though Mikey will be able to get out there with a TP nonetheless. Could have been a kill on Wish, but Wish will survive.
Could have been a kill, but you still end up getting something pretty valuable. You got both Wisdom Runes just then on Nigma Galaxy, and I mean, taking away Undying's levels, really effective. Getting into that untouchable nice and early means that you're not that easy dual target for Skylark as well. So it's just making it that there are very few options that you're basically wanting to go for as this Legion Commander to start to build up that scaling potential.
Yeah. Meanwhile, some action happening on in the mid lane here. Wish getting picked up there by the Pulverize. It will be a trade. They will get themselves the mid laner, though. Worthy trade there for Nigma Galaxy.
Mikey ends up being not the one to get the kill, but the one that gets all of the experience there from it. So, of course, going to be incredibly satisfied in not only taking out the enemy mid laner, but coming up top here, trying to kill Nande, and they'll be able to achieve it, although Yuma...
Skylark trying to chase. Yuma's actually pretty fast. Level 7.
Body block with the second one, bro. There we go. He'll get away. This just opens up more space for mind control. Again, he plays a much more greedy role on this new version of the Nigma Galaxy roster. Mikey obviously doing the much more selfless sort of plays, and well, with that Legion Commander TPing away from the bottom lane, gonna force probably a less than ideal TP down here from the Phantom Assassin.
Against a Vanguard though, and they're pressuring from mind control, it's not the greatest lane to go to.
Look at this movement coming through from Kuro and Mikey. I don't think they actually got scouted out by that Observer Ward. They're patrolling through the Radiant jungle right now, and they really want to try and find a pickoff for the PA, considering they know exactly where she is right now. Mikey just wanting a little bit of that extra mana from the Bounty Rune pickup.
They got that track off as well. They might come in with the onslaught, we'll see. No, actually...
Be careful about how close you go, though. The Watcher has moved positions, and well, they found Nande, but there's no Mikey there. I'm sure Kuro's like, oi!
He was farming,
my brother.
He was farming a camp with his trample.
Dire's bottom tower is under
As you
attack.
do.
Oh. All things being said, though, you'd have to be pretty happy if you're Yuma right now.
Nice glimpse.
Nice
Oh, able to
that way.
jump over the kinetic field, though. I think just jumped before it was actually effective and placed down. But they're actually going to go for Wish here. Onslaught
No
comes
shackle.
out. It will connect. The Pulverize is indeed ready. But it's actually cancelled there because I think that was a stun there from a Sacred Arrow, right? They're going to try and turn it around now with a Focus Fire. Mikey will still survive. Yuma getting kind of low. Will be able to get back and now laying the damage
Nice
there onto
glimpse.
Spartan. Is Spartan going to fall here? No, he will still survive. A lot of skirmishes coming out here between either side of the teams. GH
Give
getting
me a
pretty low
duel,
as well.
says Skylark.
Skylark finally gets in the duel. Will be able to find it, but in return, may fall here from the damage of the trample coming out here from Mikey. There's now a Primal Roar coming out as well. Will affect Wish. Mind control trying to get the kill onto Spartan. Will be able to find it, but in return in the backlines, they find themselves Desire. Killing spree for Yuma. Action happening all around this tier 1 tower.
And that's that micro really coming into effect. You know, he's never giving the Legion Commander an easy duel target with the Meepo. Always putting the full HP one right next to him, making sure that it's just a bad choice. And you saw how deep he had to dive to try and get that kill. The overwhelming odds damage was overwhelming. It still ends up being a 3-for-1 trade in favor of Nigma Galaxy off the back of this. Yeah, look at how much damage they're able to just pump out onto all these heroes, but they just don't have the follow-up quite yet. That's the difference of being able to play with the hero like the Meepo, or, you know, we saw last game, even the Razor that hits these much earlier timings compared to something like a Phantom Assassin. The plus side, of course, is that you have a look over onto the minimap on the right side. Nande was farming the entire time, so it's not like he wasn't making use out of the space that the rest of his team was making for him, but still going to be quite some time until he gets into that Battle Fury for himself.
Poor Observer, man. He was trying to keep up with so much action and he didn't know where he could go on the camera. Oh, poor man.
Anytime as a Meepo game, Meepo, Arc Warden, those are the main ones that I'm always like, man, I do not envy you, Mr. Observer.
I mean, it's only 11 minutes in and that was at the tier 1 tower as well. But how do you think KZ are doing at the moment? I mean, Enigma Galaxy, they are having a great start at the moment, but is there any space for KZ to attempt to pull this back, perhaps?
Possibly, but like, I think they're generally happy with a slower paced game, honestly, on KZ team. You're playing with a Phantom Assassin, right? You're never going to be getting super aggressive in the early stages. The fact that they've gotten away with 4 kills, and more importantly, they haven't lost any towers, is the big plus for them.
Well, they are indeed going to get a kill, though, onto Spartan by glimpsing him back into a static storm. Primal Roar committed defensively here by Mind Control, who's now going to try and attempt a TP. The Sacred Arrow will just miss, and there's no cancel to stop that TP.
And we haven't seen it happen yet, just because it's such a new thing, but I can't wait to see one of those Hawks just eat an arrow as like a saving mechanic as it's going around in a circle. I swear, in my pubs, that's going to be the main thing that happens. I like land the perfect arrow at a TPing away guy, and then the Hawk is just like, nope.
Pubs can be the best games, sometimes they can be the worst games. You never know.
Kuro's got his power treads finished up as well, so I mean he's capable of making some pretty decent pushes happen himself. I wouldn't hate to see him go something like oh, they've actually got a Blightstone on GH, so it doesn't even need it on the Enchantress, but obviously GH picked that one up a bit more for the lane as opposed to any sort of like split push shenanigans. Disruptor still fairly horrible at that aspect of the game, but certainly if they win a team fight, it's just going to give them that slightly faster pushing speed.
I've just seen 13 minutes in, Dragonlance ultimate orb here on the Meepo already with 2 Wraith Bands, with thanks to GH stacking 5 camps. Yuma's going to be scary in around about 5 minutes. Remember that 19-minute Ice Caddy that I said? It was like, oh no, I don't want to play this game anymore. KZ might have that. As Mikey is going to attempt to come in with the onslaught there. The glimpse back there onto Desire, who's stuck on a cliff, will be picked up there by the Pulverized. They will find the kill there. Nice pick-off from Nigma.
They'll probably be able to get a D-ward off as well. They should know if he's hanging around that sort of area that he's just placed down. An Observer and Sentry Ward combination. Spartan able to yoink away the Wisdom Rune though, and Nande gets the other one. So they lost both of the initial ones, but very valuable ones to be able to pick up now. You're going to have level 6 on both supports.
And a nice catch there from GH again. He is really being impactful here with the glimpses. You saw him like around about a minute ago. He TP'd onto that middle tier 1 tower, and he was looking for a glimpse on Wish there. He's been having so much impact with these controls of this ability here.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about in the draft, right? He's one of the few position 4 disruptor players out there, and for a good reason. He's very skilled with the hero, and you know, little known fact, GH actually stands for Glimpse him, and he's going to be doing that all throughout this game.
Oh no, and another glimpse. Goodbye, Spartan. Is found there by Yuma.
Been up to his namesake.
Okay, Yuma's starting to look pretty scary now. He's about to get his second ultimate also.
It's not going to be a 19-minute Scardy, I don't think. I think it's looking more like 17 minutes.
Oh my god. 8,000 net worth. Oh, a door.
That's a shield rune.
Coming out though, will they have themselves enough damage to take down Mikey? Nice cancel of the onslaught there from Wish. They will finally get themselves a kill. Not a duel, but a kill.
They'll take it. I mean, I'd still be so worried about this Meepo though, right? Like that's the main thing. Mikey, he just puts himself into these vulnerable areas to force responses, to force that, just so that it allows the rest of his team to be able to pick up a lot of this farm. Uncontrolled might be in a little bit of a dangerous spot, considering how deep he is, and Desire standing around behind him. Might be able to get this quick pick off here, but is he going to be able to land the arrow? Oh, it's just so tanky. Is it maxed out now, the Call of the Wild Hog? Because it has 60% magic resist, so it actually can sustain a whole lot, yeah.
Wow. See, that's the beauty of these patches, having to learn something new all the time. And learning all these things. Dota, a new game.
Yep. They'll eventually have the Battle Fury cleave to be able to deal with it. Well, they have it now, but I really still don't feel like you're ready to fight quite yet on Nande.
Moonlight Shadow here. I mean, can they really do something here on KZ? I feel like they're still relatively weak. It's
not the target that you want to go for.
Oh, I mean, that's a nice tombstone. They'll set up there with a Sacred Arrow in the duel as well. They'll get that duel successfully. Nonetheless, though, Yuma will clean up here, find the kill onto Skylark, because look at this, they've rooted in place Wish there as well with the Primal Roar and the Earthbind.
Care about the tombstone.
Yeah, they've lost 2. The Spartan now being chased here by Yuma. Where's another Earthbind to lock down this Undying? Oh, the cancel there, what? Not able to get off the Pulverize, but still nonetheless, Spartan will fall, but in return, Nande able to get a kill onto Mikey here.
They want more.
They do indeed. GH ready with the... Oh, he doesn't have any mana for a glimpse, but nonetheless, Desire. Now you do have mana for the glimpse. Goodbye, Desire. They lose themselves 4 here on the side of KZ, but interestingly, Skylark coming in, taking way too much damage from the Meepo, has to try and get himself back. Where's the Earthbind? Actually going to commit it there onto Nande, who tried to come in and kill that clone there onto Yuma. As Skylark, they'll try and find it, but Yuma gets away again with the poof! The poof! They will finally take
gets
down Yuma though with the overwhelming odds. The duel comes out as well. Skylark's going to get himself a double kill. They've locked in place here. GH as well with the shackle shot. Look at this. KZ actually turning this around, but look, KuroKy with the impetus finds a nice clean kill there onto Skylark, but in return, the focus fire's there. They will avenge their fallen comrade as KuroKy will die, be taken out. A nice usage there with the Wild Wing Ripper, but it won't be enough. And this time it's KZ who will get themselves 4 kills, but will lose an extra 2 heroes on the side of their team.
But you just see the impact that the Legion Commander potentially has, right? Showing up into that team fight the second time, huge overwhelming odds, able to land it out, even gets the duel as well. So Skylark is immediately back into this game off the back of 1 fight.
It's a lot of damage there. A big pulverize coming out. Is it enough to take down Desire? Desire still survives. Mikey slowed down there, and a Sacred Arrow is going to be able to connect as well, but a Static Storm onto 3. But that won't do much. It will only kill Desire, as now GH has to get himself back. He's on his own, slowed down there by the dagger. The duel comes out. They will find themselves another duel here on KZ. It will be a 2-for-1. More than happy with that, but meanwhile, Eye of Scanning on Yuma. The Roshan is being taken out. We're going to get an Aegis on this Meepo here. I still don't think that Nigma Galaxy are heavily affected by that. But nonetheless, KZ, they'll get a little bit of breathing room, but once those heroes are up, they're going to have a hard time with this Aegis on the Meepo.
Oh, absolutely, and he's almost got enough for the Blink Dagger as well, on top of everything else, if that's the avenue that he wanted to go down. A really early Fan of Knives pickup as well by Nande.
Ooh.
I kind of understand it. I mean, it allows you to get quick pickoffs onto the Enchantress, it gets rid of things like the Ransack, and as well, just that that percentage damage that it does is going to be really effective against that Primal Beast, or, you know, if he's considering maybe just thinking of the future, the Mega Meepo, it's a good way to be able to just reduce a lot of what he's got to be able to throw back in.
Yeah, I like it quite a lot. I feel like it's a very underrated spell. It does quite a lot of damage, especially with the break as well. I think it's very, very nice. You've got a lot of passives that you can break. I mean, especially like Beastmaster's extra attack speed that he gets.
Man, they're just all systems go now. But look at how they've set up.
Oh, the smoke's broken. Skylark ready, potentially with the duel. Wants to try and find a better target than KuroKy. But Yuma coming in. Look at this. They're going to delete Spartan here. The duel coming out there onto the Meepo. But where's the follow-up damage? The Static Storm along with the Pulverize as well. That is Skylark gone. KuroKy will finally be taken out. The Primal Roar used there onto Nande was not able to output his damage. It will be a 2-for-1 though. They'll just lose the offlane as a support, but Nande has been scouted out. He's going to be glimpsed back here and found by the rest of Nigma Galaxy. Nande trying to lay in the damage there onto Yuma, but the poof is too much for him to handle. They will find 3 here on Nigma Galaxy, along with potentially a tier 2 tower as well. They have that Aegis, so they can continue the push if they so want to.
Yeah, they can. I mean, again, you're playing with a Meepo, right? So you can just come back at full HP on all of your boys, and yeah, they can just keep this ball rolling. They had to use the Tombstone. I don't think I saw a duel, but it's on cooldown right now, so not the greatest way to be able to start this one.
Nice shackle and an arrow, but no follow-up. Yuma almost getting an Earthbind there. Will blink forward. Will finally root in place this Wind Ranger, but the Wind Run is indeed there. Maybe perhaps they can turn it around and find a kill onto Yuma. Yes, they can. Yuma gonna fall. There is a duel available onto Skylark, but the Blade Mail has already been committed. They need to back off here, KZ. They do not want to take this fight. Nonetheless, look at Spartan. Interestingly, being very aggressive here. Is going to be picked up there by the Pulverize. Will fall. In return, Skylark blinking in there. Will get the duel. They actually found the kill there to Mikey. As now they come forward. They want to try and find more, but maybe perhaps Nigma Galaxy. They'll try and turn this around. Yuma getting very low here on one of his clones. The shackle shots will not connect. A buyback there from Spartan as well. KZ, they're feeling it right now, but Yuma coming forward.
Skylark's waiting for the
Wish,
big nuke.
Wish, he's still alive there. The Static Storm will finally come down. It will connect there onto 2. Spartan lets him die back onto him. Wish is going to fall, not able to use that Wind Run there because of the Static Storm. Skylark's going to fall. There's only 2 remaining here right now onto KZ, as this fight has just completely turned around again. Nande will be glimpsed back. Will be found there by Mind Control. Desire is the only one remaining with Yuma right on top of him there. With that Earthbind, nowhere to run, team-wide. Nigma Galaxy, they come out on top. What a long fight that was.
It was a long fight, and I was just constantly waiting. I mean, again, Legion Commander tops the damage for his team, basically only on the back of those overwhelming odds, but I was just waiting and waiting and waiting for him in the second half of that fight. He was off to the left-hand side, basically just treating it like an Echo Slayer, basically, wanting them to all clump up. But Nigma Galaxy, they are not the sort of team that's going to allow that to happen. This is what I'm talking about. I'm just seeing Skylark on the left. I'm waiting for it to come out. I'm waiting. And all the while, you've just had a dieback on your Undying. You've had your Wind Ranger die as well. And then by the time you jump in, they've just got only you to focus down. So unfortunate for the Legion commander that he's not able to get that true impact out of it, and they just go and die one by one.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is going to be a long-ass replay, but actually turns out there's another team fight going on here. They do find themselves Desire. The Pulverize comes out there, but the press of the attack, it purges the Pulverize. Nicely done. They'll try and take down the Tombstone. It's still alive. They can't reach it. They can't reach the Tombstone. Skylark blinks forward there with the overwhelming odds. The duel is ready. This defensive static storm does come down. Wish with the focus fire as well. Where's that Meepo that just digged away? They're going to try and focus it down right now. They will find Yuma. Yuma gone. They'll try and go for more. Mind control. He will use the primal roar defensively there, getting slowed down by the shackle and the dagger. Nande, he blinks forward, trying to find a crit there. Look at that. No, they will not be able to fight. Oh, maybe perhaps they will. Nande with another blink. There we go. Finds the kill. Mikey tries to save him. Will not be able to. KuroKy TPing in now. The duel comes out though in return there. Mikey is going to fall. Look at this. KZ turning it back around. They find themselves 3, possibly 4 as well. Never mind. KuroKy with, oh my god, the impetus damage there onto Skylark. Double kill for KuroKy. Can Nande burst through this untouchable? Yes, he can. Ultra kill. Can he get a rampage? No, he cannot. GH is going to force him back there with a glimpse.
Nicely done by Nande. Really starting to come online now, and this is pre-Desolator as well. Now, I was really thinking that that's the thing that with the KuroKy neutral item that he's holding on to, that Spark of Courage, all the additional armor that it's providing him when he gets low-ish to be able to play around in a lot of these team fights, it's saving him. You know, it's forcing them to take these team fights a little bit deeper, a little bit longer, and Kuro is nearly the savior of Nigma Galaxy there in that team fight, but just the weight of a Phantom Assassin, if you're able to get a few of these big early damage outputs, and I think we've got a Mega Meepo now finished up for Yuma, so he's even got another form of save for himself. This is the scary part, right, for Nigma Galaxy. You know, they've obviously been in control for a huge part of this early game, but you know, PA is really starting to come into her own now, and you know, the more Meepos that you get, the more zombies that are going to be spawning. Decay starts to get a whole lot more value. We've already talked ad nauseum about the overwhelming odds. Very, very strong tools at their disposal.
Yeah, this is like kind of like a crazy turnaround. I thought most definitely, you know, like 17 minutes Scaddy. They got the Aegis then as well. I thought it was definitely going to be a high ground siege, but I am really surprised at the performance that KZ have been pulling out here to delay this game, possibly long enough here for perhaps Nande to start carrying this game right now. Been doing so well with these lockdown. The Tombstones playing out.
Storm wants to be able to avoid a lot of the Earthbinds coming through. Just allow him to continue pressuring on full.
I wonder if Skylark actually purchased this item, or he got it. I don't think they've got a Tormentor yet on KZ, right? Because he's got himself the shard on LC.
Feels good.
Just so that's going to grant him the extra armor.
And it gives you the 100% uptime as well.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's going to be pretty nice, yeah. So
you are going up against an Enchantress though, so way to dispel it. Of course, Kuro's been focusing most of the time on Wish at this point. Obviously, the Wind Run, much more important spell to look to remove, but he's got the BKB to be able to play around with, so hopefully for KZ team's sake, it's going to be a lot more survivability coming through, and they're even just looking to give even more farm over to the rest of their team. This might give the chance... No, actually, Mikey gets it. The rock throw, not horrible. I mean, just a little bit of extra control for a lot of these fights, especially when you don't necessarily want to go in super deep up against something like a Tombstone. Could maybe even cancel out a Blink Dagger on the LC or something like that.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I was just laughing about the fact that how fast Yuma just deleted this Tormentor without even taking any damage.
Kuro immediately buys up his own shard as well. So, does Does Mind Control have his? He'd be the only one that doesn't, because Meepo went and purchased one previously as well. He does not, so next Tormentor will be going to the Beastmaster.
I gotta say though, the net worths definitely are looking weird here. I mean, Mikey not having the greatest of times at 26 minutes is going for that Heart of Tarask to get himself much more needed tankiness. He's got it right now, it's on the way, the recipe is. And then we've got ourselves Wish as well, who's just 1k gold higher. It's just the carries at the moment having a great time, along with Mind Control as well on Beastmaster. He is third in the net worth.
All right, so Roshan just potentially could have spawned and couldn't work out better for KZ team off the back of this, right? They just needed that extra minute and a half because you're so close to being able to pick up the BKB on the Phantom Assassin. They just want to make sure that they've got this. Didn't get any tier 3 items. They might have actually just got the 1 prior to this, but they should be able to now look to go for a smoke out towards the Roche pit. They're already scanning out just to see if they're able to go up that top avenue to be able to move in towards the pit area. And yeah, this next Roche fight could be what decides the game.
So they're getting closer and closer to each other here. The Moonlight Shadow will protect their initiation. They do have themselves a sentry, though, here, Nigma Galaxy do. But are they going to be able to get the right wraparound? They're just around the other side of the tree line here. They're so close from each other. There's all Skylark scouting out. That's a big duel there. Are they able to get the kill down to Yuma? Yuma falling lower and lower and lower, but the impetus damage, it does it, and Yuma's still alive with thanks to the Mega Meepo as the pulverize comes out. Nande is gone. Oh, just able to survive. Yuma does it. Lives through it all. Spartan is gone as well. They lose 3, possibly 4 here as well as Desire nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide, they lose 4. What a disaster there for KZ. Nigma Galaxy come out on top of that team fight.
I was wanting to see the damage that Kuro did because he was just pumping in the impetuses in that team fight. He also has the Aghanim shot as well, right? So he's spranking all sorts of different heroes in these team fights, and they even just get a solo kill now onto the Wind Ranger as well, off the back of everything. They know Roshan's up, but 5 people killed, who cares? You don't want no freaking Roshan. We're happy to just push down these lanes, and we're even going to yoink away another one of your Wisdom runes. So just got so little to play around, and unfortunately for KZ team, that was just a fight where it didn't seem like everyone was on the same page. They were fighting away from their tombstone. They were fighting away from the potential flesh golem that would have given them the damage amplification that was needed to be able to take out that Meepo.
The duel was taking out a Meepo. They get the duel there. Are they able to get the kill? Right. Yes, they are. Wow,
and now they can Roche.
Whoa. They can? What the hell, KZ? I thought they were in a pretty good situation, Nigma Galaxy, but they just get a kill onto the Meepo, maybe perhaps more. The smoke breaks. The glimpse there onto Skylark. Will find a lovely kill there onto KuroKy with the crit damage there from Nande. Now trying to hammer into Mikey. He's going to try and TP away. Where's the cancel? There's nothing there to stop him. Though nonetheless, 2 kills there. With that, possibly they'll have a look for this Roshan. I mean, it is spawning bottom, though, now. It is turning 30 minutes. Daytime is coming out.
They can go through the twin gate. It's totally fine. And they might even just quickly backdoor the tier 1 tower as well. Maybe not wanting to reveal absolutely everything, but I mean, it's just so important that they take this one out as quickly as possible. The plus side is they've got the focus fire. They've got the Desolator picked up as well on Nande. Plus the level 20. They're still
look at this.
Try and contend.
Danog, they're coming. They're coming, still as 3. The buybacks are available, but the Aegis is coming to the hands here of Nande, and with that, they bat themselves off quickly. I mean, at least they have themselves a tier 1, you know, to protect themselves underneath.
Are they going to instantly smoke this, or are they not going to feel confident enough? I mean, they've got good vision of the retreating members of KZ team, so maybe if they see someone TP away after this, they look to try and make a play.
Oh, Mikey coming forward there with the onslaught, has found himself Nande here with the pulverize as well. The press of the attack is there. Will they try and disengage from this? Nande is going to be glimpsed back, but he will blink himself back anyway.
Meepo's here.
The primal roar's there. Nande, can he get himself out? Yes, he can, but another glimpse may be online very soon. Never mind, GH will not get the range. It's on cooldown as well.
So still had that stolen outpost as well, so Yuma was able to TP through onto this one. Just connect through that much quicker. and provide that extra threat. I honestly feel like maybe they would have felt okay to take some sort of team fight there on KZ team if that wasn't the case, just because they were so close to their tier 3 towers. They had the Aegis at their disposal that maybe it was something that they were wanting to consider. And we talk about all these sorts of breaks that you're able to get with the Phantom Assassin with the really early pickup of the Aghanim Shard. Now, finally, on the Primal Beast, he's looking to go for an Aghanim Scepter himself. So you're going to be able to have that nice little extra bit of damage output against both the PA and the Legion Commander.
As this game progressing on, Skylark actually having quite the significant impact, actually getting the Meepo before he can jump away and isolating the one Meepo clone from the rest of the team. He's been having himself a quite significant impact here on the LC. I am quite surprised, to say the least.
And it's really gonna be a much better situation for them, like once they get this the BKB on Skylark. I think you're very close to picking up, what was it, on the win range, right? You didn't quite see what she had coming up shortly, but I mean there's big timings coming through on Nigma as well, right? You've almost got level 18 on the Beastmaster, you almost got a Scythe of Vice on the Meepo, and I mean 18 on a Beastmaster who's gone Aghanim Scepter is really effective, just brings you up to that maximum charges of the Drums of Slom immediately, so you really start pumping in the damage early on into these team fights.
Phantom Assassin Nande, he has attempted to go himself an Aghanims though. What do you think of this? You love it? Instantly you love it. Why'd you love it so much?
I mean, it just combines together really well with the Aghanim Shard, right? You jump in, you pop your Fan of Knives, you burst down something squishy like the Enchantress or the Disruptor, and then you just go on to the next, onto the next, onto the next. Just refreshing these spells consistently feels so impactful.
So you're able to get like loads of Fan of Knives off, which is really impactful against Yuma.
The hero that I'm really looking for here is GH. I don't know if he quite yet has the Aghanim Scepter for himself, but last time I checked, he was about halfway, maybe a little bit more than that. So if he's able to bring himself up to that Aghanims, then, you know, if PA jumps in and he doesn't have that BKB popped preemptively, he's going to die. So I think the main thing that Nigma Galaxy are going to be looking for is just try and, you know, keep the lanes pushed out, keep having a good understanding of where KZ team are, but also don't overextend. Don't give them a chance to fight with this Aegis, because that's not what you want right now.
And still around about 1 minute and 30 with this Aegis, though.
KuroKy's got an MKB queued up.
What?
Yeah.
Has he actually?
Yes.
Well, you know, we saw him popping off with the impetus, Dadog, you know. I don't blame him. You know, he could be the solution to their problem of the Phantom Assassin. We've seen how much damage he does.
Feels pretty good.
Feels like one of those situations in your pub games where you actually play a support, which is like viable to go carry, and your carry's not having a good time, so it's like, back out the way, son. I am the carry.
All right, full disclosure, this is exactly what we were talking about in the break. Just you saying you need to go some sort of off-lane Midas Slark, and me saying I'm going position 5 Aghanim Scepter Winter Wyvern, and it works. I wouldn't do it if it didn't work. I value my MMR.
Yeah. Oh, wait, is this an Ags for
it is.
GH? It is.
This is what I've been waiting for, and I think he's about 1,000 gold away from it on the Primal Beast as well. That's why you see Mikey down on this bottom side of the map completely on his own, and I think that might actually be enough for him to finish it up. He might end up selling something just so that he has enough gold to be able to pick it up for himself, but it's going to be very, very soon coming through from him. Might just need to take one more mid-creep wave to be able to have it picked up.
Is it just me, or does this game feel like it's been 50 minutes, even though it's only 35? There's been that much action. It feels like the game is a lot later.
Welcome to Nigma Galaxy. That's exactly what you get every single time.
It does feel like the game is like 50 minutes, but it's 35. It feels like it's been going on forever.
Yeah. Primal Beast, the only one revealing on the map right now.
Ooh.
He's acting as a little bit of bait. He's got the heart, of course, to be able to play around with. Even preemptively popping the blade mail, making sure that if they did jump onto him, it's a scary prospect.
What are the buybacks right now? What's the buyback status of either side? Oh, only...
Very minimal.
Oh, only buybacks
and maybe mind control and
Wait. We've got buyback on. Okay, mind control's just got his buyback, but don't diss the KuroKy buyback, okay?
True.
That man. Okay, now we've just got buyback on Yuma as well. KuroKy buyback is devastating. You've seen this guy with the impetuses. He's scary stuff. It's not something.
Picked up the blitz knuckles for himself as well, so he is committing to this MKB. He was going potentially the drums as one of his other items there. They're trying to use this Primal Beast illusion as a little bit of, you know, scouting, maybe trying to bait out the duel, but they're not going to take the bait.
How's he farming KuroKy? Is he using his Sproink?
Yeah, so moved over to the Aghanim Shard, so it's a lot easier to be able to do it. They are just desperate to try and find some sort of pickup here on Nigma Galaxy, and I mean, they're going to need to do it pretty soon, because in about a minute and a half, Roshan has the potential to spawn, and you've also got PA who's going into a Rapier next. So she's got the Demon Edge already, and Nande.
Oh, Nande! Uh-oh! Primal Roar comes out. Where's the rest of his team? Is he going to be able to survive this onslaught? Where's the blink? There it is, but that BKB is going to expire. Do they have themselves the glimpse? No. Look, they've
got a Lincoln's.
added the Lincoln's. Lovely stuff. Nande will escape with his life. And that Roshan, as you said, Danog, he's going to be back in around about a minute. That's enough time for this BKB to come back online, I think. So they just need to sit back in the base and chill.
Yep. I like the fact that Nigma made the move right then and there, because they would have seen Spartan drop to the Tombstone on the top side of the map just to keep that lane pushed out a little bit. And I mean, Tombstone, it's still a pretty core aspect of a lot of these team fights, right? It provides so much vision of exactly where a lot of these Meepos are poofing around to, and you know, allows that follow-up potential, especially from someone like a PA who has that stifling dagger from range.
There's 20 seconds remaining now. What is mind control going for? Assault thrust?
Yep.
Yeah.
More protection from this pesky PA.
I mean, a Crimson Guard and the Guardian Greaves don't do it justice, so he has to get an AC as well. Just shows the amount of damage that Nande is dishing out right now as this Phantom Assassin. How is Wish doing? We haven't seen Wish's items in quite a while. You were saying he went for something, but you couldn't remember. What's Wish got?
No,
yeah. Okay. He went that link. He was the Lincoln Sphere carrier as well.
I mean, I guess it's going to be pretty decent against a lot of these like savey sort of items, right? Like any sort of Solar Crest or anything, you can get rid of that. And the MKB's here.
Oh, you know what else is here? Divine Rapier on Nande. They smoke up. Oh my god, it's an early Roshan timing as well.
Oh no. They're going to be playing for it being bottom here on KZT, but it's going to be too late.
Wait, are they
going to be a bit of an all-in play.
Are they going to go through the port? They know Skylark's coming through there. Are they aware?
Yeah, they are.
Skylark's there. He finds himself KuroKy. Skylark.
They're not committing to it.
Oh, he's cliffed. He's cliffed. He can't leave. He's stuck. He's stuck. Oh no. Wait, is it? Where's he gone? Okay, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's good.
But they popped a lot there. Nande, he knows I've got the rapier. I can't be going first, boys. He's gonna just try and take away any sort of vision. I mean, by the time they're fighting here, Roshan could just go bottom though. It's just 20 seconds away. And again, this isn't the old Beastmaster. Quickly look to take it, using the Tombstone as a little bit of vision there.
Oh, nice shackle. Nice Sacred Arrow. No, they're not going to go on to Mikey, surely. This is a big bait. Oh my god, Nande! Oh, 2,900 damage! Goodbye, Mikey!
Roshan's leaving.
Holy crap! Roshan's leaving. He is indeed. Get away, Spartan.
The zombies, they're chasing him down all the way through the portal.
Oh wait, they're TPing on the outpost. The duel.
I feel like you commit to Roshan. It's so low.
Nande's gonna get it. He's got it. Aegis in his hands. Now they're gonna go for the aggressive play. There's the Mega Meepo. Yuma coming forward. Look at this. Interestingly, they want to fight this without Mikey.
Kuro's doing so much. Oh, he nearly killed himself to the blade mail, Kuro.
Who is he attacking?
He was attacking the Legion Commander.
Oh my god.
Nearly on about 100 HP at the end of that, Kuro.
We've got a Swift Blink now on the way. Monkey King bar finished for KuroKy.
Is it finished? No, he still needs the Demon Edge. He still needs the Demon Edge.
Oh, wait, okay. I thought it was finished because it showed up on the right with the rest of it.
Yeah. Might just be the... I don't know. I was thinking it might be the recipe. Or
to be fair, it's actually good that it looks like that because originally it's just a piece of paper, isn't it? So
true.
All thanks to production. Nande. He's having a sniff. Skylark comes in with the duel there. That is big. Meanwhile, though, look at this. They find themselves a lovely static storm. They will be able to find the kill there.
Kuro's doing it,
Nande.
man.
But in return, the focus fire there. Yuma is still alive. PA is going to come back. Nande with the damage finds KuroKy. KuroKy gone. They lose 2. They have lost Skylark. Mikey blinking in very aggressively here with the onslaught. But Nande just going to come in with that damage. Look at it go! Triple kill for Nande. As now they look to clean up the tier 2, possibly tier 3. There's no buyback on these fallen heroes here for Nigma Galaxy. They could end this game.
And it was a pretty good use of that Aghanim Scepter Static Storm as well, coming through from GH, but he didn't leave anything to chance on Nande. Popped the BKB, made sure that he was never really going to be in any significant danger there. Great use of the grab ally by Spartan as well. Ended up saving the Legion Commander for an extra 5 or so seconds, but the damage, just 12k damage in a single fight coming through from the PA.
Whoa. That's a lot of damage.
I think when you look at this, like, how are you supposed to combat that? It really does feel like they need to be the ones on the aggressive front. There's that Static Storm that I was talking about. The grab ally from Spartan ends up saving him for at least a little bit. Kuro laying in with those impetus procs from the left-hand side of the team fight. And Nande recognizes how annoying this freaking Enchantress is, just taking him out with the use of the Phantom Knives, hitting up onto the level 25 as well. He's got additional coup de grace chance now as well, an additional 7%, and they just kind of ran in one at a time. I thought that was a little bit optimistic coming through from Mikey.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a bit of a misplay there or not, because we saw Yuma and GH, they fall back to the tier 3, and that's when Mikey decided to blink on in.
Speaking of Mikey.
Oh, they almost caught themselves a lead. Wait, glimpse? No, the Lincoln supply from Wish. Very nice usage there.
Nande, now he's like, well, I don't have to worry about Axe Static Storm as well. The only thing that I'm concerned about right now is that that Primal Roar. Otherwise, I am free to have an easy fight for myself. Night Shadow just about to wear off, but he's still got the blur to play with, and GH just able to get up onto the high ground. Ooh. Can he sense him? What are the Spidey senses like? Strong enough.
Oh, Nande just moves away as Yuma was heading on forward. There's a double damage on the river. Oh, a glimpse. They don't have Static Storm though. Skylark is still fine.
Might be a bait though.
Oh, nice pulverize. Can they find Skylark? Yes, they can, but in return, Nande jumping in there with the BKB. Do they have enough damage to take down Mikey? The Primal Roar is used defensively. And PA not to output the damage in return. Jumping forward again, really trying to find Mikey. Can they get the kill onto this Primal Beast? Is still alive. Nande will blink in for the fall. The
Rapier's on the deck.
It's on the floor.
Give it to Kuro, come on.
Oh no, his Wish taken out there as well. Disaster for KZ. What has happened to that game? They were just pieced apart there.
They were. Maybe he just got a little bit too deep, unfortunately. And I mean, I think he might have even died to a little bit of the blade mail coming through when he wanted to dive in onto the back lines. Got really surprised by that aspect. Unfortunately, it's my control that picks up the Rapier. I wanted to see a Divine Rapier Enchantress coming through because Kuro was putting in work here, just slightly off the mark to be able to get that save as well with the grab ally onto the Legion Commander. And yeah, Nande, he just goes way too deep into this one. Diving in on top of things, Mikey able to just get away, and it's Kuro once again just laying in that damage from afar.
Yeah, a little bit. I think a little bit of a misplay there from KZ, as you saw, almost taking down.
Hold on, they're going tier 4s.
Oh, they are going tier 4s. What can Skylark do, though?
Not just walk in, my man.
Not enough. Not enough. It looks to definitely be GG here now. There's no way that they can come back and defend this with no glyph at all. GG, well played. Game 2.